Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here for the rededication of the Weathervane at the Islip train station in memory of Bernardino Genchi. At this time, I'd like everybody to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Russi-Baum, Commander of the American Legion, Rich Abrams.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. At this time, I'd like to invite Isabella Green up to the microphone for the national anthem. Isabella.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, we so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Isabella, thank you very much. All right, at this time, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Roby Johnson, Commander of the Suffolk County American Legion. That's all 47 posts in Suffolk County. At this time, I just want to tell you a little bit about Bernardino Genchi, otherwise known as Dino. He served in Vietnam, and unfortunately, he was killed in the line of duty on July 22nd, 1969. He was a high school student here in Islip. He put the original Weathervane up on this building in 1963. He made a Weathervane in wood shop, a 3D Weathervane of a locomotive, which now is at the Long Island Railroad Museum in Riverhead. He did a lot of work, and when he went into service, his original intention was to become a pilot, a jet pilot. He wound up becoming a helicopter pilot, served in Vietnam, and he was shot down on July 22nd, 1969. I served in Vietnam from December of 66 to December of 67. Although I never met Dino, he is my brother, as are all Vietnam vets, men and women. We have a bond that no one will ever break. Dino, thank you. Dino earned, and I mean earned, a number of medals while he was in Vietnam, in service. He earned a National Defense Ribbon, Vietnam Campaign Medal, Vietnam Service Medal, Army Presidential Unit Citation, Vietnam Cross of Gallantry, and the Army Good Conduct Medal, not to mention the Bronze Star. He was really, pardon my French, one hell of a soldier. We will all miss him. I never knew him, and that's my loss. We were born the same year, 2 months apart. Different parts of the country. But I wish I had known him. Anybody that will do what he did, he sacrificed the most, the ultimate sacrifice, his life for this country. And there's one thing I want to leave you with before I turn the podium over to Mr. Eng. A soldier doesn't fight because he hates what's in front of him. He fights because he loves what he left behind. Thank you. Mr. Eng.
Thank you, Roby. As I stood here listening to that, it's amazing to think about his accomplishments at the young age of 23. Something that takes a lot of dedication, a lot of courage, and a lot of fortitude, and it's an honor to be here to remember him and thank him for his service. I'm also honored to be here representing the workforce of the Long Island Railroad, many of who are veterans themselves, as we make this important dedication to Vietnam War veteran Bernardino Francis Genchi. Bernardino was a warrant officer just 23 years old when he paid the ultimate sacrifice while serving our country in Vietnam. And I want to thank all the elected officials here today and everyone here for your efforts as we proudly restore atop the Long Island Railroad ice-slip station a locomotive-style weather vane like the one created by Dino, or as his friends call by Bernardino, American Gold Star hero, while he was still here in high school back in 1963. It's wonderful that Dino's daughter, Dina, and his high school classmate, Elaine, are here with us today. Dina, we thank you for your father's sacrifice. I don't know where you are at this moment, but we're honored to have you here today. And a very special thank you to Dave Morrison, former Long Island Railroad employee, well known as the railroad historian. Dave, your work is instrumental in keeping our storied history of the Long Island Railroad alive, and in knowing our past, it makes us stronger, and this knowledge helps us improve. Today's rededication event preserves ice-slip history and provides all of us a reminder of the courage demonstrated by our veterans and those serving today. U.S. Army Warrant Officer Bernardino Francis Genchi, you will never be forgotten. Thank you. And Supervisor Andrew Carpenter, would you like to come up now?
And the trains keep moving. It really is a special honor for me to be here today, not only as the town supervisor, but my dad was a railroad employee. He worked for Long Island Railroad many, many years ago, laying track back in the day when it was done kind of by hand, no automation. So I've always cherished the railroad and everyone that makes it move. And it's really an honor to have Mr. Ang here today. This is important because it sort of kind of codifies our history, and it's important for us to remember the history. And certainly, thanks go to Dave Morrison for spearheading this effort, and to Roby and all of the members of the Post who immediately embraced working together to make sure this happened and to make sure that we had an appropriate ceremony dedicating this event today. And also to the members of the Historical Society, Elaine Kirker being one of them, who was a classmate of Dino's, and I see your president, Jack Weishen, here also, and it really brings the community together, and we're very, very happy for that. Today's really an exciting day for the town in the transportation mode. So they talk about trains, planes, and automobiles. Earlier today, many of us were at the airport celebrating the news that we have a brand new airline commencing service in February at Islip Airport, and that's Breeze Airways. And its founder, David Nealman, who was the founder of JetBlue, was there in attendance with his team. So, and then to come here to the railroad, and part of the discussion there was talking about our partnership with the railroad in trying to get better connectivity between the railroad station in Ronkonkoma and the airport. And I know that Philip is committed to that, and we're going to work to make that happen. But today is all about Dino and this wonderful, wonderful dedication. And on behalf of all of the residents of this great town of Islip, I want to thank each and every one of you who had a part in making this happen. And we have a certificate to present to Dino's family commemorating today's event. Thank you all so very much.
I'd like now to have Councilman John C. Cochran Jr. come forward. He is the chairman of the Town of Islip Veterans Advisory Board.
Thank you, shipmate. Good afternoon, everyone. First and foremost, I want to thank the family, Dino, for letting us do this because as a veteran and as a Veterans Advisory Committee, we work with all the different posts in ISLP to help out our vets that are here. But we want to forget about the vets who don't come home. And what Dino did, a warrant officer in Vietnam dropping the troops off, either Marines or soldiers or Special Forces, they took a risk going into those jungles and landing these helicopters. And they put themselves in the forefront. And even to this day in Afghanistan and Iraq, when I traveled, we traveled by helicopter. Lessons learned in the Blackhawks were learned in Vietnam on the Hueys. So this means a lot to us veterans that we can recognize somebody from ISLP who did this little task by making a little wooden train in 1963 to come back in 2021 and to remember him and remember this train station, what he did, and his friends in the community and school, and not to forget Dino. So thank you for all being here.
Thank you, John. At this time, I'd like to have Suffolk County Legislator Steve Flotteren come forward. Steve?
Thank you. Really echoing what everyone else has said. I mean, this is beautiful that we're doing this to remember history, remember a great man, Dino, and what he's done, and preserving, and again, Ruzy Bohm working with the family and stuff to make sure that his work, his history, his memory of what he's done when he was a high school student to how he gave his life for our country, for our freedom. So this is terrific. God bless you, and thank you for all coming.
All right. From the town of Islip School Board, I'd like to have School Superintendent, District Superintendent, Dr. Dennis O'Hara, if he's here. Dennis. Thank you for being here, Dennis.
My pleasure. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. This is quite an honor for me to be here. I'm relatively new to the Islip School District, but today's presentation is just another testament to the quality of individual that comes out of this community every year. I'm the father of 4 sons. 3 of them are serving our country in the military in some capacity. So, thank you. So I have a small understanding of the sacrifice that these men and women make. Congratulations to Dino and his family, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, Dennis. One last speaker, because I know you're getting tired of me. Next up would be high school principal, Islip High School Principal John LaRochester.
Good afternoon, everybody. Again, as Dr. O'Hara alluded to, this is an honor and a tradition, and one of the most powerful things about this afternoon's ceremony is that each and every day I get to enter a building with the moniker "Enter to Serve, Enter to Learn, Go Forth to Serve," and outside my office is a wall that is commemorated to the memory and the service and the dedication of veterans that also attended Islip High School. And my experience learning about Dino was coming into work every day and trying to learn a little bit about his story. He is a testament to what I would like our students currently and our future students to always know, that there is more to give in this world. So congratulations to Dino's family and to everybody for even having a ceremony like this. It means so much. It's full circle, and it's a true testament to what the community of Islip and the school district is all about. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. All right, at this time, we're going to put up the new weather vane in memory and in honor of Dino Genchi. Right over here. Absolutely. And I can't thank you enough for being here, sir.
Well, I'm glad I was able to. My schedule opened up, so as soon as that happened, I
Perfect.
said, let's come.
Yes, Angie has it, right? You have it.
Hi, Angie. How are you? I'm Fred Besco. I'm Dino.
All right, I have a question from the audience. Go ahead.
Yes, hi. Could we just, get more information about the original Weathervane? Because I heard that Dino replaced one that was once there, and what happened to his however many years ago?
All right, the original Weathervane was not ready in time for the opening of the station, which is why Dino made one in high school shop class. His was put up, and it came down in a storm, and now it's in the Long Island Railroad Museum in Riverhead.
When did that happen?
I'm not sure when it was blown down. I don't. Hang on a minute. I got an expert here.
Well, not an expert, but maybe some notes.
If you know.
Roby,
What?
you want me to say a few words about the Weathervane?
Yeah, one sec.
Doesn't have a date. Yeah.
David.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think David Morrison knows when it came down.
Okay. Oh, well, it's quite a day here today. It's nice that everyone here is here to honor Dino, who put the Weathervane up December 7th, 1963. And 58 years later, we're here to honor him. Roby said quite a few nice things about Dino's service in the military, and he gave the supreme sacrifice, and nobody could do more than that. What was Dino like? I spoke with Dino's cousin yesterday, and Miss Goebel, Rosalie Goebel, told me a little bit about Dino. She said he was a fun-loving guy. He liked to work on cars, and he used to go to some of the back streets in Islip, and he loved peeling off with his car. And Rosalie said he went through a lot of tires. He'd buy cheap tires because he went through so many tires peeling off. Rosalie also told me that Dino loved to dance. And she said especially to his favorite song he loved to dance to. And when I tell you what Dino's favorite song was, you could picture what a fun guy he must have been. Dino's favorite song was Monster Mash. And you could just picture Dino doing the Monster Mash. But it's a great honor to see this Weathervane put up. This is the third version Weathervane. The first Weathervane was lost, and we don't know what year that fell down. But this is a nice Weathervane. It was
funded by the veterans organizations and the Long Island Sunrise Trail chapter of the National Railway Historical Society. And Steve Quigley is here someplace. And it's a great group supporting railroad history, and we get a lot of help from the Long Island Railroad too in our endeavors. So, Roby, we got you want to do that later?
Yeah, we'll do that after I finish
Okay.
with this. I want to
All
take
right.
more questions. So now I can tell you, we can't tell you when the weather vane came down because apparently we don't have a record of it.
Do you have any more information on the circumstances of his death?
He was shot down in Vietnam. I don't know whether he was coming back from what we used to call a hot landing zone or what. All I know is that he was shot down in Vietnam and he died July 22nd, 1969.
Could we hear from any of his family members?
I'm sorry?
Could we hear from any of his family members?
I don't believe she wants to speak.
Okay.
I had already asked her about it, and she's a little, I'm going to say, microphone shy. We good? Okay. Yeah, there's I want to thank a whole lot of people, so this is going to take a minute or two. From the Long Island Railroad, President Philip Eng, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Steve Quigley, I don't know if Steve's around or not, I didn't see. Oh, hey, there you go. Steve, how are you? I want to thank you. Steve is a railroad historian. From, I don't know, is Nick Fasano here?
Nick, I replaced Nick.
Nobody could replace you. Or Nick, I don't know about, but all right. Former branch line manager David Morrison. He's also a historian. He just spoke with you. Now here we go. I got a list. From the town of Islip, from the Islip High School, Isabella Green. She's a senior. She sang our national anthem. Islip High School District Superintendent Dennis O'Hara. Islip High School Principal John LaRochester. Assistant High School Principal from Islip, Kurt Youngerkis. I hope I said that close. Islip High School Coordinator of Work-Based Learning Programs, Renee Klock. From the American Legion, Islip Rusi Bohm, Post 411, Commander Richard Abrams. Wave. From Suffolk County American Legion Auxiliary, Joanne Johnson, Second Vice President. Joan Smith, past Suffolk County President of the Auxiliary. Joan, where are you? Put your hand up. From the town of Islip, Supervisor Angie Carpenter. Islip Town Councilman and Chairman of the Veterans Advisory Board, John Cochran. Islip Councilman, Jim O'Connor. I got you already. I'm losing your name already.
Andy Whitman.
Andy Whitman. From the town of Islip, Andy Whitman, Receiver of Taxes. I got to start writing your name down, other than on a check. I want to thank, too, and most of them are not here today, but members of the town Veterans Advisory Board, Ken Moses, Rich Abrams is here, Robert Oakes, and Sabrina Lacey for their help with me doing this. Suffolk County Legislator Steve Flotterin. Air National Guard Representative Dave Rivola. Where are you, Dave? Oh, okay, thank you, Dave. Dave is the, you're retired now, are you? You were commander of the rescue squad, 101st Rescue Squad. Thank you for your service, Dave. And Dina, please step over here. This is Dino's sister. Daughter. This is Dino's daughter, Dina. Thank you for being here, hon, and as a Vietnam veteran. I know what you're going through. Thank you. Is there anyone else who'd like to say something? I heard somebody back there before wanted to say something, but I don't see him now, so. All right, let's do that. We have a presentation of the plaque going to the railroad. You're involved in this, lady. You gonna hang on to that for me? I don't want to litter. Railroad might have me arrested. Let's do this. Phil?
Right there.
Okay.
Come to the mic, they said.
I have to go up to the microphone.
There you go.
Let me move this. And y'all can take